Hello and welcome to the Agile Project Management series. In the last videos, we created an Atlassian account to use JIRA, then a project, Epic, and user stories in the JIRA for landing page web application project. Now, we have the following user stories in our landing page Epic. Those are initial project setup, create a navbar, create a header, and create a footer for the web app. As you can see, all the user stories are in the backlog. So there are four user stories that we have created, and all the user stories are in open status. The next step is to link the user story to Epic. You can do it by user story itself. For that, select a story that you want to link and click on Add Epic icon. And then select the epic from the list with which you want to link this story. Now, to confirm, go to the epic, and here you can see all the stories linked to this epic in the child issue section. Next, we have something called the status of the user story. So, the status of user story will be changed according to the Scrum meeting and the development stages. For example, the status of the user story will be changed to accepted for a sprint right after the sprint planning meeting. When the product owner or business analyst feels that this story has all the required information and it is communicated with the development team. And later, the status will be changed to the to do status. Basically, to do status means that the story is picked up by the development team to start. Next, I will create subtask or child task for the user story. It is a good practice to create subtasks for each user stories, which helps in estimation and gives more accountability to the developer to complete the story. So, to create a subtask, let me open the first user story from the backlog. Click on Add Child Issue. This user story will involve the following subtasks, and those are create a virtual environment, and second one is create a setup to serve HTML files and static files. Similarly, we can create subtasks or child issues for other user stories. Now, if you see, we have a total 7 work items or issues in our project. Those are one epic, 4 user stories, and 2 child tasks of a user story. Next is the story estimation. Now we need to estimate each story of the backlog and give story point to the each of them with the help of development team. The story point estimation can be done either by t-shirt size estimation or planning poker estimation techniques. It is usually done during the sprint planning meeting in which the product owner or business analyst shows the backlog list. Here, the Scrum Master facilitates the meeting and asks the development team to pick items from the backlog list for the sprint backlog. And then, based on the discussion with the team members, the final points will be given to each story. Let us see how to do this. So, open the story from the backlog, go to the details section, and add the points given by the development team in the story point estimation field. Let me give one story point to this story. And you can also give story points to other stories in a similar manner. Points may be different for each story based on the complexity of the user story. The next is release. Now I need to select the release for this story. Basically, the release is a piece of working software that is delivered to the customer. So in this case, a story related to the landing page module will be released in the first version. So I will select web app version 1. Now the next step is to create a sprint and add the story to the sprint. For that, click on the create sprint, then click on three dots and select edit sprint. A new window will pop up on your screen. Here you can give any name to your sprint. In my case, I am naming this sprint as PW Sprint 1. Here, the PW is an abbreviation of Project Web App. That is actually our project name. In the duration field, you can select the duration of the sprint. I will select the duration as 1 week since it is a 1 week sprint. Then select the start date and the end date will automatically calculated. Then you need to add the sprint goal. In this example, since we are developing all the stories related to the landing page module in this sprint, the sprint goal will be to create a landing page application. Then click on update. Now, as you can see, the PW sprint 1 is created. So, the next step is to add the stories from the backlog to the sprint. For that, drag all the stories one by one from the backlog list to the sprint backlog. Now, all the sprints from the backlog are added to the sprint 1. The next topic is to assigning the stories to the team member. So, once the stories are added to the sprint, each story will be assigned to the team member who works on it. So, let us see how to do that. Open the story from the backlog, go to the details section, select the team member from the assignee field. Let us assume I am the developer who will work on this story. So, assigning this story to Vikas. So now everything is done. The next step is to start the sprint. Generally, sprints will be started by the product owner or the business analyst. So, to start a sprint, click on Start a Sprint, select the duration, that is 1 week, and click Start. Once the sprint is started, the development team will start working on the assigned stories. And once the developer picks the story, he will change the status of the story to in progress. And later, once he is done with the development of the story, he will further change the status to the QA backlog. Now the QA member will pick this story and he will change the status to QA in progress. And when QA finishes their testing, this will be changed to the ready for sign off. Next, the product owner or the business analyst will verify and test the user stories and change the story status to signed off if he or she feels the requirement is fulfilled. After this, the story will be changed to done either by the Scrum Master or the product owner, depending on the organization structure or pattern. There is a one thing to remember, which is before changing the status of the story, make sure that the respective subtask of the story is also completed by the members who is working on those subtasks. Our next topic is dashboard. Now we will see what is a dashboard and how to create a dashboard in JIRA tool. So let's first understand what a dashboard is. A dashboard is a visual display of all your data. The main objective of the dashboard is to provide information related to any project like performance, progress, time, cost, task status, assigning, and others. In many cases, the dashboard is configurable. That means which allows you to choose any data that you want to see. The data can be displayed in a pie chart, in a bar chart, line chart, table, or in other forms. For the dashboard, there is another video in which I explained how to create a dashboard for a project, how to add gadgets to the dashboard, and how to create a filter with Jira query language. You can see that video. The link is given in the description box below. Now let us see how to mark complete a story. When all user stories are completed in a sprint or are in done status, then you can close the sprint by clicking the complete sprint button. As you can see, Jira is showing this sprint contains 4 completed issues and click on complete sprint. So it brings us to the end of this session. Don't forget to hit the like button, share it with your friends and subscribe to get notification for future videos. Till then, thanks for listening. Have a nice day.